Hello, I'm Jason, President and CEO of Complex Community Federal Credit Union. We're excited to be with you again. Wish we were in the classroom, but it is what it is today. We love financial literacy. That's the reason we teach it. We hope to get you to make better decisions in your life. Better decisions about how you buy a car, where you spend your money, how you spend your money, your budgeting. There's a whole variety of things that we're going to touch on. We've spent a lot of time in the classroom with you the last 12 years. We wish we could be there, but until then, enjoy the video, and we look forward to seeing you down the road in the classroom.
Hey guys, and welcome back to our conversation about entrepreneurship. Last session, we talked about what an entrepreneur is. We defined that as a person who organizes and manages a business. They bear the risks of organizing and managing that business, but they also have the potential to earn all of the rewards. They are someone who identifies a need and then they fill it with a product or a solution that betters that need. We defined some examples of entrepreneurs, famous entrepreneurs as well as local entrepreneurs, people like Henry Ford, Walt Disney, Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, Colin Sewell, Mike Ripka, Sandra Oh, and Jerry Bevel. Some of the great entrepreneurs in our local community, but also those entrepreneurs that are famous, that have made big impacts across the world. We also created a lemonade business. We brainstormed, came up with what we were going to call it, what our product was going to be. We defined who our target market was, who we were going to be selling that product to, and then we came up with some selling points, the things that put us apart from another business, that set us apart and make us unique. Today, we are going to further our discussion about business plans, that tool that we use to outline our business details, and we're going to discuss that next section, which is the marketing plan. So your marketing plan is part of your business plan, but it details out marketing. So what is marketing? Marketing is all the activities a company does to promote the buying or selling of their product or service. So that's everything from advertising, packaging, how they're going to deliver the products to their customers. It's how they get the word out about their business. So the marketing plan details your potential revenue streams as well as how you're going to communicate with your consumers. What are revenue streams? Revenue streams are the various ways that businesses earn money from the sale of goods or by promoting their services. So let's talk about Starbucks. Everyone is familiar with the company Starbucks. Let's think about some of the ways that they make money. They have physical sales, mobile orders. They sell tons of coffee. They sell tea and different drink options, breakfast and lunch food, bakery sweets. They even sell coffee that you can make at home. They even, at one point, they used to sell CDs, and it was what the best music that's played at Starbucks, and it was a CD, and you could take that home. Now they have a really popular Spotify channel. But Starbucks is a good example of diversification. They started with one store roasting one type of coffee bean. Then, when they became experts at that one thing, they expanded to selling their coffee beans to restaurants. Once they became experts at that, they opened their very first coffee house, and they sold one drink, the cafe latte, still on their menu. Then, when they became experts at that one drink, they began to expand into the household name that we know now. So diversification provides the opportunity to grow the business by increasing sales to existing customers or opening avenues to entirely new demographics with entirely new skills. However, the most important thing to remember is that you've got to make sure that you're really great at the first thing before you expand into something else. So just like Starbucks, they did the one thing really well. They became experts at it before they diversified. So what are some of our revenue streams in our lemonade stand? The first one, because we're a small business and we haven't had that opportunity to become an expert and to diversify, our main revenue stream is going to be our physical lemonade stand, the actual stand that we're going to be selling lemonade to. Now, if we expanded, we might be able to have some additional revenue streams, but that first one is going to be the physical lemonade stand. So our marketing plan is made up of our revenue streams and how we're going to communicate with our consumers. So communication is that next piece. Communication with our customers is how we get the word out about our product and start to build relationships with our customers. So effective business communication is essential for the success and growth of every business. Marketing is a great place to use your selling points that we discussed last session to bring that attention from our consumers, to attract that attention. What sets us apart? Why would they want to come to us? But let's think back to Starbucks again. How does Starbucks communicate with their customers? Now, we see their advertisements, whether they're electronic or print. They have media publicity, social media promotion. Sometimes they'll do social sponsorships, which means that they donate to a cause and that you see their logo in that cause on that event. They have mobile app notifications. They promote sales through their gold card that they, their loyalty points, that program that they have. But they have a lot of different avenues that they communicate with their customers, with those of us who drink their coffee. But one of the things about Starbucks is they have become such a household name. They've gotten so good at communicating that we market for them. They get to reap the benefits of when we post pictures of our Starbucks cup because the pumpkin spice latte is back, right? So that is also considered marketing. It's just marketing by the consumer. So how are we as a lemonade business going to get the word out about our product and communicate with our customers or our potential customers? Some options that are realistic to our small business and at your school may be putting up flyers, telling our friends that word of mouth advertising is everything. Think about when your friend tells you that something has come to town and it's really great and you need to try it. You're more likely to try it because you trust your friend, right? So word of mouth is everything. Social media. Social media is the biggest way you can market these days in the market that we're in. So social media is a great option for us to market our business. Maybe the school announcements can make an announcement about our lemonade business. But we must think realistically based on what our business can do. We're a small business. We're brand new. We can't get a skywriter to fly over in a plane and write our business name in the sky. That's not realistic for us. However, a really well done flyer is. So remember that it has to be realistic to your company. The next piece that we're going to talk about is the financial plan. A financial plan is a plan that is used to see the big picture of expenses and profit. So it's important because if you don't have a great idea or an understanding of the money, you run the risk of not succeeding and losing everything down the road. So for example, if you think about the boxer Mike Tyson, you probably recognize him as one of the most successful boxers that's ever lived. He was wildly successful and still holds many of the boxing records today. His product that he was selling was his boxing skills, and he did a really good job at selling that. He was the best of the best. It was the highest in the market that had to offer, but he did not have the education and guidance to make smart decisions with the wealth that he earned. And eventually he lost everything. He received some bad advice, made some bad decisions to the point that he had to file for bankruptcy. So bankruptcy is when a person or a business is unable to repay their outstanding debts, which means they lose everything. That financial plan and having that financial understanding is the foundation of being successful as a business. So your financial plan is so important. It's made up of a couple different pieces, but that first piece is your expenses. Expenses is money spent. Some of the expenses that we will have starting a business is going to be, if we were doing a actual store, like if we were starting a restaurant business that we sold lemonade at, we're probably going to have some building costs, rent, advertising costs, product costs, employee costs. We have to pay our employees. For our physical lemonade stand, we're going to have some similar expenses. We're going to have to pay for the physical stand, whether that's a table or we build an actual stand. We're going to have to pay for the advertising, those posters and flyers, but then also the ingredients, the supplies we talked about in the last session that we're going to need. Cups, lemonade ingredients, straws, pitchers, lemons, whatever it is, we are going to have to pay for those things in order to get our business started. So cost. The cost is the amount we will spend creating our product. We do not want to sell our product for what it costs to make it, because then we don't make any profit. It's important that we consider the amount of profit that we have the potential to earn, and then how realistic it is that somebody would spend the money that we choose as our sale price. So the cost is what it costs for us to make the lemonade. Our profit is how much money we make off of it, but we get that profit from our sale price. So after we calculate the cost, which we're going to do in just a second, we set our own sale price. Like I said before, we can't sell it for what the cost is or we don't make any money. But we also can't sell it for too much, because then no one will buy it, right? I'm not going to pay $25 for some lemonade. We have to be realistic in that as well. So that first piece is to find the cost. What I did, I went out to HEB on their website and I searched for the ingredients that I found in my recipe. So the recipe, very simple lemonade recipe that I used for this example, has makes 6 8-ounce servings. That's what the recipe makes. It calls for 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of water, 1 cup of lemon juice, which is about 5 lemons, and 6 cups of ice. So remember that you can't just go buy 1 cup of sugar from the store. You have to buy a whole bag. But for this example, and for doing the math, we're calculating it by exactly what the recipe calls for, so we know exactly what one recipe costs. So then we can calculate what 1 cup costs to make. So I went out to the website on HEB. I typed in sugar. It came out to $5.34 for a 10-pound bag. Now, 10 pounds of sugar is about 20 cups of sugar. So I divided $5.34 by 20 cups, and it came out to $27 a cup. Now my recipe needs, not $27, 27 cents. 27 cents a cup. $27 is too much. Don't buy $27 worth of sugar. 27 cents a cup. That 27 cents is for one recipe. It's going to cost me 27 cents in sugar. So I do the same thing for the rest of my ingredients. Water. For 2.5 gallons of water, $3.07. That's about 40 cups. $3.07 divided by 40, 8 cents a cup. I only need one of those. Carry that over. My cost for water is 8 cents. Do it for lemons, do it for ice, do it for cups. Then I add all of those costs up. 27 cents, 8 cents, $2.45. I add that up, and that is my cost for an entire recipe. So $2.98 is what it costs for one entire recipe. Now remember that I said that my recipe makes 6 8-ounce cups. So for 1 cup, I need to divide $2.98 by 6, and that comes out to about 50 cents a cup. So my cost is 50 cents a cup. Now I need to determine my sale price. Remember that that's the amount we sell a product for and how much we will earn when we do so. If our cost of lemonade is 50 cents per cup, what do you think that the sale price should be? Now I mentioned I'm not going to buy a cup of lemonade for $25. That's a huge amount of profit that I would make, but I wouldn't buy it. So I need to be realistic to what my lemonade is worth. Maybe $1.50 where I make $1 profit. Maybe $2, so I make $1.50 profit. But that sale price needs to be realistic for our business. But once we determine the sale price, we've already determined the cost, then we can determine what the profit is. That profit is the difference between the amount earned and the amount spent. So our profit is our sale price minus our cost. So if we choose $1.50 for our sale price minus 50 cents for our cost, our profit is $1. That is a lot of math, but it's really important to go in knowing and understanding that financial plan. All of those financial pieces are so important in order for our business to be successful. So we've discussed the initial steps taken by entrepreneurs to start a successful business, starting with that brainstorming, filling that need, finding the product that fills the need that we've identified. Then we built our business plan. We just discussed marketing, how we're going to get the word out about our company, and then we finally discussed our financial plan. Now that we've laid the groundwork, the next thing that we must do before we can start our business is to secure funding to support our startup costs. So startup costs are the initial costs of starting a business that we have to take care of before we can even begin selling and potentially making a profit off of our product. So next session, we're going to discuss how to secure funding in order to start our new business.